Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1. You're probably looking at this saying, what are you doing now, SP1? Well, this is something that could save your life in a worst case grid down event. A RAW, no law and order, worst case. This is what you should put on your property. You should make it. I'm going to give you a second to think, what in the world is this? How in the world a pallet, a few tires are going to save my life? And it's not just one thing that's going to save your life. It's what we call in the military combat multipliers. It's all these little things that you're going to do to give you the best chance to survive a worst case event. And you got to do them. You can't just skate through and say, I got a year's supply of food and a shotgun in the corner. You're probably not going to survive if that's what you're thinking. You got to do everything. You have to work harder than the bad guys to preserve your life. You have to work harder than the bad guys to preserve your family's life. You have to work harder than the bad guys to preserve our way of life. So, you're thinking, what in the heck is this? Let me show you. Worst case event, you should make one of these. The bricks are only to hold the lid on, and that's just a trash can lid. You can use a piece of plywood, you could use anything. Maybe that will help you a little bit. This is going to be important if you want to communicate with someone. Yes, you got your Bayfongs, your Waxons, you got your little ham radios, you got whatever radios you got to communicate, and they're great, they're fine, they're awesome. But they can be jammed, they can break, you can run out of batteries a year into a crisis. So this is a way to communicate over a few miles, and you're basically going to light this thing on fire. You're going to pack them. You could have a few on your property. If you're out on a farm and you got a little hillside, you can definitely put one up there. Higher you get it up in the terrain, definitely the further the smoke is going to go. So this is going to be able to signal that you are under attack or you have trouble, major trouble, like send help quick. You might have a patrol, a few guys out checking the back pasture or checking on a neighbor or just looking around, and they could be a mile away. And you could lose comms with them, or they could be in a dead spot where they don't have any comms. By lighting this on fire, you can signal to your neighbors, to other like-minded friends, that I need serious help. Easy to make. The reason it's on a pallet is so airflow goes underneath it. You don't have to put it on a pallet. You can put it right on the ground. It's going to work just as good. But now I have a little extra burning material there if it burns through the tires. Make sure you have a safe place to burn it. You don't want to light this, go deal with your problem, come back and you got a wildland fire or a brush fire on your property. So safety first. A young child, 10, 12, 13, could be trained to light this. It'll be a little dangerous and I don't recommend it, but in a worst case event, kids are going to have to grow up fast in a worst case event. Nowadays, we don't even give a 10, 11-year-old any responsibilities in the world. I'm hoping preppers and patriots do, because kids got to learn quick. So basically what you're going to do is get some dry kindling wood, stack it in here, already put a lot of paper in it so it's ready to go. You can actually take this one off if you don't want to burn all of it at one time, or you can place it on here and have multiple tires burning to create a bigger fire. Pre-position some diesel and oil, maybe add a tad bit of gas. Now, for the lawyers, don't light gas on fire, don't light oil on fire, don't light anything on fire. It's hazardous to your health, it could hurt you. So there you go, use it at your own risk. But you already have your mixture ready. Two means, hopefully you got a lighter in your pocket, especially in a grid down situation. You better have a lot of stuff in your pocket. But two forms to light this. Take the cap off, put the Ziploc bag, and screw it down. It won't get lost. If you just throw this in here, it could get lost at night in a panic. You're not going to find it. This way you know it's always connected to the fuel. You can pull it out, and there you go. Get this thing running. Pour it in, light it up. It's going to make huge amounts of black smoke that hopefully you have it positioned where people can see it that you need to. Yes, it's illegal to burn tires now, I know that, but I don't think the little EPA guy in a grid down situation is going to be running around looking for people burning tires. So this is something you can do. You can communicate. You can also use smoke signals like the Indians or the Chinese did it on the Great Wall of China. They could send a message hundreds and hundreds of miles down that wall in hours. They used saltpeters, sulfur, I think animal dung, and they created a nice thick smoke. I honestly don't know what color that smoke was, but if you do like the Indians and you start a fire and you use green branches, you use long green grass, you can make a fire that's going to smell to burn, and it's going to put off a white smoke. Take you a blanket, soak the blanket down so it doesn't start on fire. Take the blanket and smother, go over top the fire. Usually with 2 people would work best. Hold the smoke in, hold the smoke in, hold the smoke in, and then instantly release it. It's going to let a puff of smoke out. Now you can do 1, 2, and 3 puffs. You can have a little code with your neighbors. You just use your imagination, but keep it so simple, because it's going to be hard to do this. And really, right now, we could legally practice that. There's nothing illegal about burning wet wood and wet grass. Burning tires was not recommended at this point. So you're probably saying, Dave, you're going off the deep end. No, I'm giving you every opportunity to succeed in a grid down, worst case raw event, because I want you to. If you're watching my channel, you're probably very like-minded, and we're in for a rocky road. But this video wasn't about politics. This video is about saving your butt. Please look into doing this. This doesn't cost you anything. I know you've got tires laying around, or you're going to replace a set of tires on your car. Have them save them. You can do this very easily. All right, got so many tips like this coming. I'm in overload right now, just trying to get you prepared for a crisis. Thanks for watching.